Welcome everyone, we're doing a Tsukasa overview. Sit back and enjoy. Alright guys, now on to the overview of Tsukasa. So right here is what we're going to have for the base stats on the gacha. So we will go over this first before jumping into mine. We will also go over his free kit so that we don't have to double dip twice into explaining what else he has. So we're going to keep it kind of a little bit separate. So as far as the character goes, he's really great. He's going to be a tank DPS and a really good one at that. He is going to have that dark damage as well. His S1 through 3 is going to be all dark. As you can see, base stats are really good. HP is at 5475, MP is at 151. That's mediocre. That's not the greatest. So I probably won't be running Sharp Eyes on him unless I have an MP increase. Strength is 1196. Defense is at 1117. INT is at 803 and magic defense is at 650. Since this guy is Awakened 6, this is what his stats are going to be at that point. Looks like we have some pretty good attribute resistance. We have 10 points to fire, 5 points to ice, 5 points to earth, 5 points to thunder. We have minus 30 to light and plus 15 to darkness. Looks like he's got some pretty good resistances as well and some really bad weaknesses in my opinion. So with that said, he has a resistance to poison and blind, and then a weakness to curse and stun. So I most likely will be running a stun resistance on him if need be, most likely arena because he's a great arena player. Just fantastic on that area. So for his free kit, it's absolutely great. And this guy has gotten a buff since last year, so he's actually got a little bit of a facelift. We have some great stuff starting with the free kit. We have attack 4, attack max, and then a defense max. So those two right there, that attack max and then defense up is going to be a total of 12 right there. And I can't remember what attack 4 is. It's either like 4 or 5, something like that. Then we have resolve, which is going to be in his kit, defense and magic defense plus 8. We have critical up 3, aim vitals, and advanced aim vitals, which those are very costly as well. We have his proprietary skill right here, critical impact when physical attack crits. When a physical attack crits, chance to deal extra damage. Physical attack specials have a chance to crit. Very good. Royal armor, I believe this was just added to his kit if I'm not mistaken. It reduces the chance of receiving critical hits. So like I said, he's a really good tank, guys. I've been actually using him a lot in arena. It's a lot of fun. We have another skill that's only for him, crushing statues. Physical attacks are effective against stones. Killer and Slayer damage plus 20. So that is really cool. There's a couple bosses in here that do require you to there's a couple of stone bosses that are pretty tanky, and he's going to help you out with that a lot. We also have special boost, like a king. This is going to be for him only. Nullify strength reduction from enemies, physical attack damage plus 20, and then a continuous brave effect. So therefore, I probably will not be running demon-like way because of that, and I probably will maybe run an auto crit, or I don't know. Yeah, probably run like an auto crit or something like that, because I don't really care too much about the movement speed. He does come with Awaken, Ardor, critical rate, plus 10 at max HP, explosion resistance. This is going to be for him only. Fire and light damage from enemies minus 20. That's really good. We also have Dark Attack Raise 2, which I believe this one is 14 SC, so you're saving a pretty good amount right here. This is a dark attack damage plus 30%. Like I said, he is a dark attack dealer, so it's great. Threatening aura, the more distance, the less range physical attack damage you take. So that's actually really good for people like Guardian, Lukiel, or even V. Somebody that's going to send attacks down the map. It's going to really benefit you. We have Blessed Speed, which is increased movement speed. Spear High Boost, this is really good. I believe this is 9 SC that you're saving. When a spear is equipped, physical attacks plus 15 and physical damage taken minus 15. So that's really good. So that means you would only have to run Spear Boost, which is only 4 SC, so that's going to save you a lot as well. We're going to have Breaker, boost break level. You can run Breaker Boost if you are doing some good breaking with him. I have seen some pretty good stats. I've been taking him into stone fights and stuff like that to see how he's doing. He's been really well against breaking. I feel like a lot of these collab guys are always all breakers. So we have Hyoga's cover. We have increased break and damage of physical attacks against enemies and break plus 20. So there you go. You'll actually get that benefit of that break boost as well. It should stack. I don't see why it shouldn't. And then we have Intimidation. Battle start, small chance of making enemy faint, exclude bosses. I don't know about that. That's actually, that has happened a couple times. You know what? I think that actually happens in Arena. If I'm not mistaken, that might have happened last night when I was doing Arena. I'll have to look into that, but that's pretty crazy. So that is what his free kit is gonna be. It looks like well over me. I would say, judging maybe a little under 100 saved SC with those skills. But now let's actually jump into my build. Now he's not quite finished. There is a couple things like I am missing auto crit, so you will see me using fast crit instead. But this is my Tsukasa. We have Awakened 6, full board, fully enhanced. I actually do run stun resistance. Stun nil. So that weak there to stun is actually changed out. I just actually swapped it out later on today, but I normally run stun nil to bypass it. I don't like getting stunned. It's just so deadly. Especially in arena, I don't mess with stun or curse. I have a curse nil and a stun nil to make sure that none of that happens to him, because he's a DPS guy, so we don't want that happening to him. Yeah, or blind, but he has a blind resistance, so that's kind of good. It helps you out a little bit. So first we're going to go over his abilities. So we have his S1 Spear Strike. This is going to be a frontal medium range combo attack that pushes enemies. It's okay. We're gonna go through all the skills here in a second, just to kind of showcase them and stuff like that, one by one. Then we have, for his S2, we have Spear Rush, medium range dark combo attack. And then we have Righteous Spear as his S3, front spear shot with a long range dark combo attack that deals damage in a wide area. That move is amazing. I love it. And especially in arena, it just wipes the board sometimes. As you can see, all of his attacks are dark based. So and then we have his S4, Unrivaled Whirlwind, powerful dark combo attack against single enemy. It's also really, honestly, the S4 is kind of mediocre in my opinion. It only hits one enemy and it doesn't hit for much. So it's in my opinion, it's not the greatest. It doesn't damage any attributes or anything like that, cause any status ailments. So I just prefer him just that raw DPS between the S1 and S3. Here's where he really shines at now. So we're going to go over the traits. We have Strongest Primate, magic damage and enemies from enemies -25, and that's where you see the tank at. When attacked with Killer/Slayer abilities, nullify the Killer/Slayer effects. So that's really rad. Exclude science magic. Physical attacks are effective against humans. So he is a human slayer. So that's why he's really good he's really good in arena along with Del Morto. They both have that human slayer ability. So it really shines here. Then we also have that N1 blow. When physical attacks crits, chance to deal enemy defense -100 and low chance to insta kill enemies near death. It's just wild. Exclude bosses and arena, so it does not work in arena, but critical damage cap plus 5,000. So in the trailer, you kind of saw, if you did kind of get a glance of it, you'll see that 1199 versus like the 1699. It's because it only activates if I hit a crit. So you're gonna want to raise that crit up as much as you can. There is a couple things I am running, but there's also a couple things I am missing. So you want to concentrate on that kit up so that you can maximize his damage. So going on to the skills that I have on him. We have an 86 skill cost total. I was able to pull a dupe of him, so that's pretty cool. We have attack 1, 3, 4, and max. Then we have a defense. I want to really test out the tanking ability, and just to kind of go back real quick before I kind of forgot something on this summary. My stats are going to be, as you can see, his strength is pretty decent. It's a little over 2k. HP at 5475. The arc will boost that. I have a couple arcs that will boost that. Defense, look at that defense, guys. Now this is insane. 1636 plus 192. And then we have the INT, which I don't really care too much about. It's a little over 900, and then the max defense a little over 900 as well. So going back to this skill set, so that's kind of like why I'm kind of boosting that max defense up. I just want to see how far I can push it without breaking the bank. So we have a defense 1 and max, which is already part of the board. We have a magic defense up. I'm probably going to remove that. I just had that 1 extra point, so I went and threw it on there. Honestly, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and skip the ones that are free because we already went over those a minute ago. We have crit 1 through 3, advanced aim battles, proud force, critical impact, royal armor. Let's see what else we have. Special boost is already part of his kit. Like I said, I did put on fast crit because I don't have auto crit just yet. And then we're using, we have Awakened Pride. Pride is increased strength at max HP, Ardor, explosion resistance, and then here's the fun part for me. Since he was an all-out dark damage, I wanted to have some fun with the new arcs and the new skills that we acquired over these past couple months. We have Dark High Drive. Now this is freaking cool. We have dark physical and special attack damage plus 30. It is only 11 SC, so it's not too bad. Then we have dark attack raise. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to keep this on here just because of how much power I'm already getting. That's already 50% increase between dark raise. I'm sorry, 60% increase between dark raise 2 and the Dark High Drive. So this is only a 20% increase, so I'm getting a total of 80 right here. It's not badly spent, but it's also really good too. So I'm still debating on that. I might get a kick out of like maybe auto haste or auto crit, something like that. So we have Pose of Glory, which is when defeating enemies slightly recover SCT. So I like to spam his move because he is at raw DPS. So I would definitely want to refill my SCT gauge as much as possible. Skylord, I'm still testing this. I believe I do see some enemies get lifting. I'm sorry, not Skylord, Sky High. I do see some enemies getting lifted in the air. So I have seen it activate a couple times. And then we have Surprise Attack. This is going to be a 50% increase in damage when attacking enemies from behind. I like to take full control over this character when using him, so I'm all over the map with that. So it really works out for me. We have Threatening Aura, Bless Speed, Two-Handed Spear. Now this is my first time having a real spear user, so I absolutely wanted to test this out, and this is why I like this the most. I'm a big fan of seeing high damage caps. That's just my thing. Anybody can build this however you want. This is just my opinion on how I want to build them because, you know, that's the rule of the game. Just have fun, guys. So Two-Handed Spear, when equipped with a single spear, special attack damage plus 20, crit rate plus 10, and then a physical attack damage plus 2,000. I love seeing that. Plus 2,000. I also get a pretty good 20% crit rate. I'm sorry, physical attack damage plus 20, and then you get that critical rate plus 10. Normally, that's actually, if we were to put that in a single SC cost, that would be very high, maybe 9, maybe even 11. So that's great to have, and I don't mind sacrificing dual wield. But you know, in arena, I believe I do use dual wield. So like I said, it's kind of, I will change this based on the fight itself. We also have Spear Boost, and like I said, you already had Spear High Boost for free, so I went ahead and attached that Spear Boost, and I believe it's only a 10% increase. Let me see, it's only a 5% increase in physical, and then a -5 reduction for damage taken. We have the skill charges 1 through 3. I went ahead and dodged Sharp Eyes this time because of how little MP he does have. Breaker, and then the rest of his stuff, and then I went ahead and attached Empire of Might. Physical damage increase per enemy 5% per enemy, 30% max. This is a new skill that was provided on the new LR arc, so I wanted to try it out, and it's actually working really good. This is all can be exchanged out, you know, later on, but this is just kind of what I'm running right now. So we have King Fiend Horns. So like I said, this is my first time having a spear guy, so I went ahead and went with this one just because of this trait simply. We have when physically attacking a chance to have the enemy's defense and attribute resistance and do damage. I think that's phenomenal, and it's also in the alchemy lab, guys. So you can raise this 20 points from the alchemy lab if you'd like to make this even stronger. It also has a good strength of 193, which can be increased in the alchemy lab, and then you can have then you have that 75 points to defense, which he is a tank, so that definitely benefits him a lot. Guys, for the armor, I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. I kind of just picked it because of this one trait, Battle Start Auto Cast Haste. I was having a little trouble getting his S2 and S3 to fill up as quick as I wanted, so I went ahead and I didn't want to spend the money on haste. I mean the SC on haste, so I went ahead and used this just for the auto cast alone. I don't really benefit too much from this, but a small defense boost of 82 and a magic defense of 56. And I do get that small resistance to curse, so that does help me out a little bit. So I went ahead and thought about that for a second because I wasn't going to be using dual wield, so I went ahead and went with that for that haste. Here we have just a small buff on all stats around with hidden treasure, and then we have the high mask. And the reason why I'm using this guy is because we have, and I might actually rethink this because it does have a weakness to curse. But right now I'm just kind of messing around, testing stuff out. But the reason why I like this is because of that critical rate. It's only 1%, but it is what it is. And then crit hit power plus 10. I know there are better things that I'm probably gonna mess with, but as of right now, this is just what I'm doing. There's I have plenty of stuff to do, honestly. Like I could either use like this golden rose that we just got a couple weeks ago and skill damage plus 6. I probably will. You know what, honestly, I probably will just put that on right now. But Yashimaru was using it for farming last night, so I stole it from him. So for equipment, that's actually what I'm using. So this kit is working really, really well. I love it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into... oh man, look at that. Defense team just bombed. So we're going to go ahead and jump into maybe a match real quick, and we're going to go ahead and showcase off, what the skills look like and stuff like that. And then we're also I'm gonna bring Balin with me so you can see that max damage. Like I said, that's one of my favorite things to see, is that max damage. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into that. Let's see here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We all know where we're going. Yeah, and you know why I like this level? This level is actually perfect for him because all these enemies are they have a dark they're not resistant to dark. I couldn't get that word out. We'll go ahead and cash out for Balin right now. Actually, no, what we'll do, here's what we'll do. We'll run them solo. Oh, and the arcs. Let's go ahead and go over the arcs. So we'll run them solo and we'll go over the arcs real quick. So this is the new LR arc that came out, and it does have a spear use in the front, so I said, what the hell, let's use it. It isn't fully maxed out yet because I am working on it. But this is a great arc for him. It has a great strength and defense. If you guys don't have this, we'll go over some basic non-limited arcs so that we can kind of justify what works best for him and stuff like that. But when physically attacking with dark, critical rate plus 3, which is great. You get that break plus 50, killer and slayer damage to stone enemies plus 90. That's not even including this extra 20% with this killer and slayer. I wonder if that's an increase plus 90. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Critical damage taken minus 25, so that's really good because he is that tank. If the attack is dark, minus 25 more, so up to 50% on that resistance for that crit damage. So this is a great arc. It comes with a lot of really good stuff. That attack up 3 spear boost. The Kanru spear style is really good. I just can't really see myself using it right now. I just don't need it's only a 50% increase, and I believe it knocks some kind of armor reduction. I can't recall. Let me actually see what it says. When a spear is equipped, physical damage plus 15 and a chance to nullify enemy guard. So I figured for 7 SC it is kind of worth it, but I think I'd rather have gone with the other one that I'm using from the other arc that just came out as well. So let's go ahead and run this back real quick. And when we come back, we'll go ahead and go over maybe a different arc that we could use. But we're just gonna go over his S1, S2, and S3 real quick. Yeah. All right, so we have his spear. His S1 is a good spear attack, as you see. It's really good. It covers some distance too. And then we also have the Spear Rush. This is actually a really good one, guys. Throws them up in the air, and I believe we are getting Sky High. It is activating. Yes, it is working. So, guys, so the way I like to do it, and I swear, like, his stuff combos so well. So let's say we could start like Spear 1, dash, then S2, and then finish off with S3. Just look at that combo. It's just so good. As you can see, at 1199, I'm not hitting crit, so I'm not getting that full max damage, so I want to definitely try to get max crit. So I might do like a max crit build on him to see what I can hit that like on point almost every time. Like I said, S2 and then S3 just dominates the field, guys. One thing about him though, that S4 does not build fast enough. It really doesn't. It is incredibly hard to build that S4 even with 5 rounds. It's just like, yeah, it's just incredibly hard. And then this S1 can just be hit constantly over and over again. As you see, it does stun him a little bit. So you can kind of hit that over and over and over again if you want to just blow it all. It does refill very quickly. As you can see, here's where that SC rebuild is just so good on him. I'm already at 3 on Spear Rush, so I can just wail in on these guys. Like I said, I like to take full control over this character and then kind of just run around behind them, get that back attack if I can. Honestly, I'm not really seeing it too much. I actually might remove it. Yeah, I don't really see it happening too much. Like I said, there's a lot of testing to see, you know, what works and what doesn't. So I might actually remove the surprise attack and use it for something else. Like I said, I'll probably be using auto crit, so I'll probably be going that route. Now, working well with others as well. So let's go ahead. I don't want to make this video too long, guys. We're gonna go ahead and just kind of go over some arcs that we can use. We're gonna just go base over the, we'll do SR, UR, okay. So, let's see. Anything with like crit damage, nothing that's specified to swords, like Sword of Corpses wouldn't work. We have Swordsman Tail, I believe this one. Boosts the proportional enemy size, that's really good for bosses. We have, this one I think this is a good breaker too. Physical damage plus 10. Good for bosses as well, has a good break value. I mean, it's just, the list goes on. You really just, with this guy, you just kind of concentrate on looking for, you know, a dark damage increase or like a physical damage increase or a crit increase, stuff like that. And then go ahead and look for something like this. Like, look at this one right here. This is actually really good for him as well. It's one of the LRs from the Devil May Cry collab. We have really good stats. I went ahead and maxed this guy out. Dark damage plus 20%, and it's attack damage, so it's going to benefit his S1 through 4. Chance for physical attacks to greatly lower enemies' defense and deal damage, which is kind of like what that Spirity does. Chance for skill attacks to nullify guard. Strength rises as HP drops. Like, it's just this is just a phenomenal arc for him as well, along with the one I'm using now. So honestly, after just kind of going over that again in my head, I probably will end up using that a lot more. We also have the U arc El Dravana. This one's a really good one for physical damage, and it increases that special damage cap. This one has a good overall damage on stats, and it also increases your damage over time. So, you know, there's a lot of great stuff. Like I said, guys, concentrate on just looking at stats and seeing what works for you best. This is also really good. Just acquired this, but it's not fully ready to be thrown out there yet, but it's got some really good stuff on it. Now, as far as playing well with others, he does really good with Balin. He also does good with Roland, because Roland does give you that increase. But the reason why I like using Balin is because I like seeing those numbers, man. At the end of the day, I like seeing numbers. But Balin's an amazing character, so most of the time he is in my party, so it just, you know, overall, he just helps out the team. So let's say we were to cast on his Charisma. We're gonna get like maximum damage now because these guys are weak. As you can see, we're hitting the 1899 area now. So it's just beautiful to see those numbers pop up like that, right? So yeah, so that thing, I believe it's a cap of, I think it's 2,000 if I'm not mistaken, or 1,500. I always forget this one. It is 2,000. So it's 2,000 cap that increases with this 5,000 cap. So that's why I'm getting that 1,800. And there's other, I could actually make it higher with certain LR. There's a couple of accessories that can increase that as well. So Yeah, he is just phenomenal, guys. You see, we're hitting those high numbers. Like, not look at that. That crit rate is just insane. And I definitely want to try and make it even higher, just to see those numbers pop up. He's in a fantastic character in my review overall. My thoughts is gonna be, if you have him, build him. He's an amazing character in PvE and an amazing character in Arena. I actually went through the tier list today just to kind of see what people thought, and he was very high on that. I think he was like a 9.6 or something like that on the tier list, something like that. He's up there, guys. So definitely don't pass up on this character. He's phenomenal. Go ahead and finish this off real quick. God dang, look at that guy. Insane. Alright. Okay. So now that you saw that he plays well with others, he's a great DPS. Look at that, I haven't even taken a hit yet on my health. I mean, and if I did, it's recovering from Power Force. Phenomenal character, guys. If you haven't, build him. I hope this review helped you guys out and figuring out whether or not you want to proceed with this character, and I hope it's kind of helping you, in the right direction in building this character. So again, thank you guys for stopping by. Like and subscribe if you like today's content. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'll get back with you within a day or two, just depending on what's going on. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and you guys have a great night. Peace.